Welcome to this week's Whiskey Burn, and as it's St Patrick's Day week, thought we'd celebrate with some Irish. However, last week, for those who watched, I did say I would do a whiskey that I wasn't like, oh, this tastes amazing, oh, this is good. So here it is, Irish one that isn't so good, and I've got a lot of good things to say about Irish whiskey. So what have we got? A blended grain Irish whiskey. It is called Harp of Darkness. It really is that dark. And looking at it through the bottle, it's sort of a reddy colour. Now the actual bottle itself is dark as well. On the bottle it says Harp of Darkness, 41.1%, black Irish whiskey, 70 centilitres. On the back it says Harp of Darkness, we effing love Guinness, so we made a whiskey to go with it. I'd like to stress, I've done a lot of research in this, it's got nothing to do with Guinness. It's for people who like milky stouts or Guinness, okay? So, it came out last year. It's been doing the rounds quite heavily at the start of 2026. So you may have seen it ranges between about 35 and 55 pounds. So if you want some of this, I would say shop about and you will be able to find one. Now, what can we say about this? Right, on the nose, I've done some research. On the nose, you're expecting a little bit of coffee, roasted malt, about it. Chocolates in the flavour. But you know what? Let's get into this. So I don't mind gout. I don't mind stout. I'm quite partial to a pint of Guinness. So I have opened it. It doesn't have your stereotypical whiskey smell. It smells of like roasted malt. It smells quite nice, you know. But I have had this and I wasn't a fan. I didn't know what I was expecting. It just says for those who like Guinness and milky stout. Pour a bit in there. I'll show you how dark this is. It's got a proper red colour to it, but it is, I'm led to believe, a blend to get that colours. It's very fresh in smell. Do you know what I can get? It's just an alcohol kick, and it's only 41.1%. Cool. It's weird. I've always sort of said 46% and above, you're going to get an alcohol kick to it. Even if you let it air. I've not had any airing to this, so I'm going to give it a bit of a swirl while I'm talking. So, 41.1% doesn't mean you don't get the alcohol kick. Normally you get more flavours. You do get more and different flavours with a higher percent, but you've got to let it air. That's my opinion, and that's what I've been reading about is, if you have a higher percent, let it rest. Let it get some air in there. So, I'm doing that. The alcohol's dropping a bit, but it was literally giving it a good... It smells just... It doesn't really smell of anything, okay? I'll be honest, it's a bit disappointing. There is something there, I would say roasted malt. It's an odd one. If you can find it for 35 quid and you want something different, maybe to go to a party with, or something that just looks slightly different, it's almost like flat cola in colour. But it smells sort of fresh air, but a little bit of roasted malt. I find it very odd. Wow. Taste much better than the smell. The smell is borderline, I'd say non-existent, but the taste, it's like chocolate coffee. More chocolate, less coffee. It's got a little kick to it, but I have only had one slurp, and I'm desperately trying to get as much air in this. I like to open the bottle fresh with you guys, so we can sort of go down this road together. So I'm trying to air this as best I can. The air, there's not really much to sniff on this. Okay. Smooth, short finish, chocolatey coffee. That's it. I find this milky. That's it. It's got a milky chocolatey coffee kind of taste. I would probably go milky chocolate coffee with its flavour profile. Short finish, but it's really nice. Actually, you know what? It's very little on that. I find it odd, an odd whiskey. I've had quite a lot of whiskey from different parts of the world and made differently, etc, etc. This is going to be the weirdest one I've had, and I'm still trying to work out. I'm going to put a little bit of ice in. I'm going to put a little bit more of the whiskey in, just to waste not, want not. But yeah, disappointed with the smell. Like pretty much nothing on it. There is flavour to the whiskey, but it's odd. So if you want a whiskey that is not whiskey tasting, try this Harp of Darkness. I wouldn't say it has any stereotypical representation of a whiskey, apart from the fact they're selling it as a blended Irish whiskey. The ice has cooled it, obviously. Zero smell. And I mean zero. You know what that tastes like? You ever had an iced latte? There you go. An alcoholic iced latte. That's it. So, not much to say about that. Harp of Darkness, it's okay. Not much smell. If you want to be a whiskey drinker but want something completely different, try this. Like I said, if you can get it cheap at £35-ish, then why not? I shan't be buying another one of these. And it will probably stay on my shelf for quite some time. But enjoy the weekend. If you're having any celebrations for St. Patrick's Day, enjoy yourself. But that's it from me and the Harp of Darkness this week. Enjoy your whiskey. Sláinte.